name is Elisa. I will be your tour guide. I hope you will enjoy it. I'm representing our organization 365. Why do we call ourselves that way? Because we're doing those tours every single day of the year, twice per day. So, 11 a.m., 6 p.m., you can come again, join us, once again, try another guide, and so on. So, before we start, I have a question for you, and I will give a little candy reward for one of you that gives me the right answer. Pay attention. My question is, how old do you think Sofia is? Guess, give me some numbers.
2000 years.
Sorry?
2000 years.
2000 is a, well, good answer, but not enough. It's more than that. Older than 2000 years. 3,000, more than that.
6,000.
6,000, that's right, thank you very much. That's the right answer. Good. I'm going to ask you some things all around the walk. Pay attention. That's your reward. That's what we call lukce in Bulgarian, or in English, onion. Of course, it doesn't have the smell or the taste of an onion. It's just mint and sugar. Good. So, 6,000 years ago, first settlers came to our land. These were the Thracians. Do you know something about the Thracians? The famous Thracians that you know? I bet you know the names of these two famous Thracians. They made a movie for one of them.
Spartacus.
That's right. Spartacus was one very, very famous Thracian. Also, the musician Orpheus was a Thracian too. So these were the first tribes that came here. Then, in the 1st century, what happened? Romans came here, you know, they knew how to build cities, so they started building cities here. And they built one just in the center of nowadays Sofia. They named it Serdica, probably after one of the tribes that were living here, called Serdi. And Serdica became a very, very prosperous city in those years. So in the 4th century, even Emperor Constantine I the Great would say that Serdica was his Rome, and he was considering moving the capital of the Byzantine Empire here. Eventually, he chose Constantinople because of the better location and the existence of the port. Constantinople is nowadays Istanbul. You know that?
Yep.
Good, great. So, 5th, 6th, 7th century, a lot of tribes tried to come here to settle down, to fight the Roman Empire, and in the 7th century, two tribes merged and managed the first Bulgarian state. These were the Bulgars and the Slavs. So together, they formed the first Bulgarian state and lived here. In the 9th century, Serdica became part of that state. Okay? First Bulgarian state lasted till the 11th century, when what happened? Romans conquered us again, they were stronger, so for 100 years we were part of the Byzantine Empire again. Then, in the 12th century, we liberated ourselves after a rebellion, and we established the second Bulgarian state from the 12th century. It lasted for 2 centuries, because in the 14th century, another very powerful empire came here and conquered our land. Any ideas which was that empire?
Ottomans.
Ottomans, that's right. So they conquered us, and we were under Ottoman rule for 5 centuries. So 500 years, no Bulgarian state, we were part of the Ottoman Empire. Then, in the 19th century, something very important happened. It was a war between Russia, Russian Empire, and Ottoman Empire. Russian Empire won, and one of the results of that war was the liberation of Bulgaria. Do you have questions here? Are you ready to walk?
Yeah.
Yes. Then we start, and the first thing we're going to see is a church. Follow me.
Yeah, it was our first. And the station is like Serdica, like